South African captain A.B. de Villiers comes to the crease, averaging 49, 6,000 runs, with his team on 172 for 2. That's the end of the over. Off the mark now, and de Kock on strike.
We'll look to address that as this comes to an end. Final 10 overs of the innings. Couple of runs to start off.
Positions where they can benefit the team the best. And that is beautifully struck this time by A.B. de Villiers. It runs away to the boundary. That is just a quality stroke.
Yeah, I said he'd look to address that strike rate scenario. In a couple of shots, he's gone to a runner ball. Beautiful use of the feet. He's nimble. He gets to it and he places it perfectly as well. In the middle of the bat and beats long on. And that'll be a few more, 4 more, 2 in a row.
So this is where MS Dhoni has some problems. He has got options as far as bowlers is concerned, but not enough seamers under these conditions. He's got to rely on the spinners, and this is a pretty difficult pitch to bowl spin on.
JP Duminy walks out to the middle, so that left-right continues. Best of 150. Strikes it well too. To put the finishing touches here to this innings. Off the mark straight away, JP Duminy.
Cracked that. He's cracked that very hard indeed. Brilliant shot from A.B. de Villiers.
Yes, quality shot from A.B. de Villiers. Middle-off is up in the circle, so that is an area that he might look to target. He's come down the wicket, he's advanced down, but it wasn't a half volley. Any man means it was dragged down, and he's gone through with the shot. The timing was superb. There was a man on the sweeper boundary, but he barely had a chance to move. It really was off the middle of the bat.
Still gets one. Good shot, beautiful shot. Brilliant stuff, this time from JP Duminy. Thin air makes the ball fly.
This is the challenge for the bowlers in the last few overs now, with having to have 5 people in the circle. There is always an area where the batsman can target, and JP Duminy has done it superbly on this occasion. As you can see, just gives himself a little bit of room, gets pretty much close to the bounce of the ball. And lovely use of the arms and shoulders.
And that's clever as well. He knew the fine leg was inside the circle. It's going to run away for another boundary. What a terrific over for South Africa. Brilliant stuff. 16 runs coming from it. That's going to kickstart him nicely. 274 for 3.
So much they've raised so far today. The Bidvest Nations for the boundaries.
Squeezed away, back with a square. He's going to want to come back for the second. He does. It's clever again. There's a man down there. That's one of the 4 allowed outside the circle now. In the old days.
Lower.
That's a beautiful shot. That is going to bring a reward for what a superb shot that is. That's 6. That is a beauty. Straight down the ground.
That's an absolute quality shot that by JP Duminy. It's in the slot, don't get me wrong. At this stage of the innings, if you're going to bowl this length, there's a good chance you're going to disappear. But Duminy's executed it superbly. There's no one back at mid-off, so that's why he's looked to clear that.
Balls in this one. He's whipped that away. That is a beauty. He's crunched it for 6. Right out of the screws from JP Duminy.
Yeah, as we mentioned, the challenges of bowling at this time. Here's another example. If you're going for that Yorker, you've got to get it nice and full. You've got to get it right in there. Don't allow him to free his arms. On this occasion, Shami's gone for the Yorker. He's got to actually swing back quite nicely. But if you look there, he's probably 1.5 meters short. And that's easy pickings, especially here at the Halfveld. At the Wanderers, the ball really does fly. In deliveries. De Villiers has middled that. Yes, it's all the way. A low full toss there. But A.B. de Villiers, with the power he possesses, it didn't bother him in the slightest. absolutely crunched that, and it cleared the boundary with ease.
Certainly not out of the middle. Boundaries are not small, the Wanderers.
Has really found his straps. 34 of 20 deliveries.
It's gone again, this time over extra cover, and that's half a dozen more. That is a beautiful shot from A.B. de Villiers.
Yes, another quality one. And that brings up 50 for A.B. de Villiers. 52 of 38 deliveries. He's gone there with 2 sixes in this over. And as we've said before, he can really be very destructive, Ken de Villiers, at this stage of an innings, particularly when he finds himself in.
JP swings, and he swings it a long way. That's another one. That's 6 more. This is magnificent stuff from these two. They are really stepping on the gas and putting on a show. 20 off that over. 310 for 3 now.
Yes, in the day games you've had bigger scores, but under the lights this is the first time. There's the Duminy 6 in the slot. No one back at mid-wicket. It's not the biggest 6 we've seen.
He's hit that high in the bat, I think, but he's hit it high enough. That's gone for another 6. Short delivery again, missing the areas.
Shami gives it the teapot, because at that stage he thought he'd maybe gotten caught on the boundary. But we mentioned the ball does fly. I think he's gone for... Let's have a look at the rolls, the wrist. I think he bowled the off-cutter, the quicker off-cutter, just banging it in back of a length. Duminy was onto it. Got it quite high up on the bat. The ball climbed on him maybe a bit more than he expected. He still managed to get enough contact. He might have thought...
Swept that away. Is he going to pick up a boundary? No, he's not. He's going to come back for the second, which takes him now to 49 off just 24 deliveries. One just to bring up a 50. Another 50 for South Africa from JP. This has been an absolute beauty. Just 25 balls. His teammates have appreciated that. This is the role that he played a couple of years ago. And then they tampered with him at number 3 for a bit. They put him back to this role now to make sure he finishes along with David Miller, which I think is probably his better role, but he really has played superbly. That's the end of the 48th. 322 for 3 now. Over the top of third man. That's certainly not the length he got a ball with that field.
I agree with you. You've got third man and backward point up in the circle. You've got fine leg and square leg in the ring. You've got your 4 fielders on the boundary in front of the batsman, and you bowl a short delivery which just allows him to use some finesse, open the face.
It's got a bit of a inside edge on that. It's running away. It's going to be a little bit of a teaser.
And some serious running from A.B. de Villiers. He's got...
Oh, he's cracked that. It's another terrific shot from A.B. de Villiers. It's on the bounce. It's another boundary.
Once again, length at the end here from the Indian bowlers. And Mohit on this occasion decides to try and bang it in back of a length. De Villiers in this fine form is not going to miss out on these opportunities. Here we go. It's a length delivery. He just frees up his arms, middles it baseball style. No one at mid-wicket. There's a huge gap there for him to aim at, and he pulls it off.
This really is the last couple of years, but this is certainly not good. Advancing down the track this time, and he sliced that away for another half a dozen. These umpires are going to need some massaging, I think, at the break. They have sore shoulders shortly.
Richard Ellingworth had a sore back before the start of play, so interesting there. De Villiers once again moving down the wicket, giving himself a little bit of room, opens the face, knows that there's no one back at third man. So if he gets the open face and gets the bat on ball, there's a good chance to go for a boundary. He gets better contact than probably expected, and that's flown the whole way.
Full toss this time. He's hammered that nice and straight, and he's got it away for another boundary. Superb, absolutely superb.
There's not much more you can say. It's just really good cricket here from A.B. de Villiers. Got it low on the bat. Didn't get the sort of contact he was really after, but it was still good enough. Straight over the bowler's head. Shikadavan tries to make as many yards as he can, dives, gets a hand at it, but it's in vain.
26. He's got that one over the keeper. Maybe he's going to be very quick and scamper back for the second. That's going to take the stand to 98, and yet again it's... He's got that away for 4. In fact, it's gone for 6. That brings up the 100 stand. What a magnificent performance from these two.
Sharmy just sits there in disbelief. What more can I do? What must I do? De Villiers comes across the crease, gets underneath it. We've seen him do this on a couple of occasions in T20 cricket, a couple of times in one-day cricket as well. So versatile, he knows how to score all around the wicket. Here we go. He moves across, it's dragged down a length, he just gets underneath it and watches with success.
He's got him this time. The length was right, the accuracy was spot on, and that's the result.
Yeah, Sharmy has been the pick of the bowlers, so he deserves wickets. And his length at the death here hasn't been ideal. But on this occasion, De Villiers going across again, trying to emulate the last delivery. And Sharmy got this a touch fuller. You miss, I hit the stumps. That's what you got to do at the end. And he's brought about some success. Look at this, nice and full, almost pitching on the white line. Knocks over the off stump. Brings to an end. A wonderful innings by A.B. De Villiers. He's on his way. South Africa 352 for 4.
JP hits that straight to the fieldsman, just trots through for the 1, but that is also the end of a superb performance from JP Duminy. Magnificent performance from South Africa after being invited to bat by MS Dhoni. End with 358 for 4 of 50 overs. It really has been a sublime performance